penetration versus the audience. And there's no really easy answer because it's complex, but at the end of the day, impressions do matter, but the days of putting out, oh, over 10 million impressions and that's your report are gone. So the truth is, trying to dissect it isn't exactly the easiest thing. I don't know if anybody else would, but the C-suite of our organization, they love media impressions still. They want to see that. So it's our job to find new answers and better, more detail and analysis, and then educate them on what's important.
I agree completely. The bosses, the general managers, understandably, they all want to be on the best of lists, the hit list, the gold list, the different lists. They very much care, and I mean, I do think that media impressions are important, but certainly not the same as it used to be, and continuing to evolve.
Yes.
Just on the exposure side, I do, and Jennifer alluded to this, that you get all these journalists and they're asking everything in the world, and you qualify them, and yes, they qualify, but you still want to know you don't just get a little mention on the bottom of the article and the bottom of something else. And yet, when you seem to ask too much about how much coverage can be expected, they almost get offended. What is the norm or standard of what can be requested nationally, that justifies expenditure?
I'm going to start by answering that, and then I'll turn over to the panel. The answer is there is no normal standard of what could be expected. The truth, at least from the agency perspective, and probably from your corporate perspective too, is that everyone loves this 6- and 7-page magazine article, but the truth is sometimes one of those short mentions, especially if it's in the online version of whatever media outlet it is, if it's a traditional one, can be just as effective, which is a hard thing to say to your client when you're talking ROI, and especially the online ROI of that mention is not very great, but it is actually the truth. Other responses to that challenge?
I just wanted to say that I oversee 6 global agencies for leading hotels around the world, and what I have found in terms of also just having friends and colleagues at agencies is they have a little harder, in my opinion. I can speak to journalists and qualify them and what have you, and hope for the best, but an agency has, in my opinion, more pressure on it to kind of force or talk to this journalist into making sure they do something because the client who the agency works for is expecting that of them. And I think it's a double standard, which is unfortunate, but I think it's tougher for an agency in this role.
One of the things that you request, you look at the past articles that they've done and see, for example, hotels. If somebody wants to stay at a hotel that we represent, I see, when they've written other articles that they've done, is their approach mainly to write about the destination, and then they'll do a sidebar with just a paragraph or two of the hotel, or will they do full features on hotels? So, as I said, do they traditionally do roundups where they mention a lot of products under a theme, or what? Or will they just write about a single product? So I think past history can be some sort of